5 days ago, thank you, Gina. Sent it out last week. There's still a resume kind of critiquing session going on tomorrow. No, wait. No, wait. Sorry, wrong day. Hopefully you were able to get to some of these.
There's also one tomorrow.
There is one tomorrow. What time?
1 second. Sorry. There is 10:30 to 3:30 in the Armory, and then Resumania also. And sorry, I can forward this to you.
That's probably a good idea. Okay, yeah. If you forward it to RCOS, that'll be perfect. So there's still some sessions coming up to review resumes to kind of get ready for the career fair. Hopefully I have this correct. Let me go over to here. The career fair is going to be a week from tomorrow, February 11th. Most of the day, some of you may have labs. You can maybe hopefully work around your schedule on Wednesday and check this out. Ideally for internships, right, for this coming summer perhaps, those kinds of things. Definitely encourage you to do those. Yes. No. It doesn't cost anything. That's for recruiters and companies. You want to hire interns? So definitely go. It's free. There's also lots of free stuff you get there. So if nothing else, go for the free goodies that you get there. The swag. So by all means, it's good in terms of looking for internships, or at least just walking through the motions, so that you, when you do finally, get to look for a job or whatever, you have some experience talking with these folks. Now, the main event here that we're going to do today, as advertised, is the URP application. So a bunch of you have your laptops out. The rest of you, grab your laptops. Let's do this all as a group. What's going to happen is I'm going to walk through how to do the URP correctly, the form. And you can actually not quite save it as a PDF, but you can print it as a PDF and hopefully then print it in real life on paper later on and get it to me either tomorrow or latest Thursday. So, and any questions as we go, just let me know. First of all, from the RCOS site, you'll see URP application over there on the right-hand side. And here is. Now, the key thing is, some of you already know, hopefully remember, is that it has to be filled out all online and then printed, right? So you can't handwrite any of this. The only thing you're going to handwrite is your signature and a date at the bottom. So let me fill this in here. First of all, your name. So what I'm going to do is fill this in with you, and I'll also save this and post this as an example. Anyone having any trouble finding this? Everyone find this okay? RCOS, RPIEDU, URP application, link on the right. First thing to do is fill out your name, and preferably that be last name, comma, first name. So here's Mary Coder. Get it? Mary Code, like a very happy coding person. So fill in the basic information. Yeah. So fill out the basic information. Try to follow the format that I show you right here. And some of the things I use will be big hints how to fill this out. So use your local address on campus. Date of birth, use that format. That'll be helpful for processing all these forms. So month, day, year. In fact, let me make this so that it's clear, month, day, year. Campus, local phone. type in digits and it automatically formats it for you. That's pretty fancy. Email, use your RPI email address here. So let's see, that'd be coder@rpi.edu. And a RIN, that's your 660 or 661. So for that first column in the top of the page, all your basic information. Any questions about that? Guessing probably not, which is in the case. Degree program, that means essentially what is your major? And if you're a dual major, list them both. So computer science, GSAS, there's a good combination. So list your major. And then what year you are. And you can do this essentially by credits, right? Whatever the registrar CAP report thing has for you, sophomore, junior, whatever that is. And we're in the spring 2015. And then U.S. citizen, yes or no. If not, you want to fill in the country of citizenship right there. And don't leave any of this blank. So the next question, do you have an interest in teaching in the future? Fill in yes or no. Put yes here. And I suppose actually the next one, ethnicity, you can leave that blank. That's one of those optional things. But for the most part, everything needs to be filled out on the top of this form. So far, so good. Questions at all? All right, now, moving to the right side of this, the faculty research supervisor, you can just put my name there, that's fine. There's my name, department, computer science. I actually plugged my campus phone in for the first time this year. It's been 3 years, so there's my extension. Voicemail is working, but my voice message says, send me an email. But there's the information, just fill that right in as shown, and you can use, might as well have my email address, my Gmail address here. So those top four, you just type in exactly as you see there. And then we'll talk about project title. So for project title, not all of you have a project at the moment. That's okay. Don't worry about that. You'll have a project after today, in a little while. Essentially, for project title, you want to put RCOS dash and then your title name. So let's see, Mary Coder is working on homework server. You have a new member on your homework server project. Now, some of you may be wondering, if you're working on a project, you're not sure if you're going to stick with it, that's okay. Whatever you put there, you're not bound to that for the whole semester. You know, we're not going to hunt you down if you're not working on that project. You can switch projects. That hopefully I think has already been explained last week and so on, right? That happens. That's kind of the nature of RCOS for, you know, the kind of organic feel to these projects, right? So this is largely just for what you're planning to work on right now. And after today, you'll be able to fill that in if you don't have that set already. So RCOS dash and then the name of your project. Now, if you're doing RCOS for credit, I'm going to take that title right there and put it on your independent study form. How many of you want to fill out the independent study form? No, nobody. Okay. You don't need to. This is the only form you need to fill out. So I'm going to take the information off of here and kind of semi-auto-generate all the independent study forms and get them to the registrar on Friday. So I'm going to take your name, your RIN, the project title, and a little bit of other information, which I'll show you in a second, and put that on the form. So this is the only form you need to worry about. again, you want to fill in essentially all the fields across the top, except maybe ethnicity, you can leave that blank. Any questions at all about the top third of the page then? No question is a stupid question because these forms are kind of tedious. Okay, sort of stupid sometimes. Questions?
But you guys need help in like just want more of us to just come check out what you're doing, double check, just like clear your hand up, ask.
Yeah, we'll walk you. All right. Okay. Good. Good. So now going to the middle section. This is actually a bit easier, less to fill in. There are 3 options here. So you only want to check one checkbox, so don't check more than one. Decide whether you're going to do this for credit. If you've already done RCOS for credit in the past, you can certainly request funding, the middle box. And if you're just not sure, you don't want to do it for credit, you're not eligible to do it for pay or whatever, you can just do it for the experience, just to get your feet wet and do some work with RCOS. If you do it for credit or for pay, there are obviously requirements you need to meet, presenting all the various things you need to do on your project throughout the semester. So if you're already taking 20 credits or 21 credits, you're already at the max, you may just want to do it for the experience. And we can help individually decide which box to check if you're not sure. But you can only check one box. I'm going to fill out and probably post multiple versions of this. If you fill out the credit box, then the course number is going to be Computer Science 4941, which is an independent study URP course number designated by the registrar. So for everyone, it's going to be Computer Science 4941. And then total number of credits, I'm going to fill this out incorrectly because I'm going to put 3-4, but that's basically your option, 3 or 4. You can do it for 3 credits, or you can do it for 4 credits. Most people will do it for 4 credits. Sorry. Yep, so enter either 3 or 4 here. Maybe I can fit that in there. Yep, 3 or 4. And we would suggest doing it for 4 credits. Usually you're going to really put a lot of good time and effort and work into your project and get 4 credits worth of time and everything put in. And again, when I fill out your independent study form, you see in red it says, please submit a 4 UI form, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take the information right from there. I'll take the 4 and say, okay, you're doing it for 4 credits, or if you decide to do it for 3. And as you saw in email, we're not going to have less than that, right? 3 or 4, those are your options. Questions about doing RCOS for credit? About that right there? Yes?
What if you're already taking 20 credits?
Yes, so if you're already taking 20 credits, you don't want to go above the 21 credits maximum because obviously you'll start paying for credits. That probably doesn't make any sense. We've decided that you probably don't want to do RCOS if you're already maxed out at 20 or 21 credits. Right? So you have to do RCOS with 3 or 4 credits. So you can maybe do it for the experience, or if you can manage, drop one of your courses and do RCOS. We've seen in the past too often that students, we get overcommitted to too many things. So that's either 3 or 4. Other questions at all? All right, now if you're doing RCOS for funding, that means you've already done RCOS in the past for credit. And again, oh, cool. You actually can only check one box. Wow, that's fancy. I didn't know that. So if you do request funding, all you do is check that box. Don't do anything else. All those other fields, you just leave blank. And I think none of that even applies to us, really. Now, another question that comes up is, can you do multiple URPs? In other words, if you're doing some undergraduate research for some other faculty member or something like that, you have to decide whether to do that or to do this, right? So you can only do one URP in a semester. Even if you wanted to do one for pay and the other for credit or some sort of combination, you only can have one of these per semester. So if you are looking at another URP, there's probably either no one in the room or one or two of you, you do need to decide whether you want to do RCOS or the other project. And again, with the last one, if you're just going to participate for the experience, you just check that box. There's nothing else to fill out. So any questions about the middle section there? Key things, you just choose one checkbox. And if you're doing it for credit, you just fill it out as shown there. You don't fill out any other information in it. That is essentially all you need to do on the forms. There is, if you page down here, there is a page 2, but you actually don't need to bother printing that or doing anything with that because you have your proposals that you've been sending to the RCOS list and working on. So you don't need to fill or print this second page out. You see, oh wow, it automatically filled in the name there. That's pretty neat. But no reason to print that second page because you're going to have your proposal, which you'll also print when you print the first page of this thing. So essentially at this point, there's no way to save the form with the stuff filled in because it's not quite that fancy. But what you can do is you go to print, because I can do this on my laptop, hopefully you can do it on yours. Print and go to the, save as PDF, right? So I'm using Chrome, you can change the printer to save as PDF.
Well, alternatively, you could save the file before you fill it in, and if you use Adobe Reader or stuff like that, it will save.
Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, so if you save the URP form and you have Adobe Reader, you can fill in the blanks and save it.
Apparently also has the capacity to take it.
So what's the first one?
Even the default one on Linux.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's another default Linux distribution app that does. Okay, cool. So Windows, forget it. You got to save as, print it, whatever.
You could save as XPS, that's it built in with Windows as well. Set up PDF, put XPS, which will print directly.
So if nothing else, you can always just print it, save as PDF, just print one page. You don't need the second page. Save it. Question? Yep.
So you do or do not need a 4UR form?
You don't need a 4UR form. Just this. Just this one page and then your proposal. And again, your proposal might not be perfect. It might not have all the details. It might do different things. That's fine. What we're handing in right now is just your plan. So no worries if that changes. So once you save it as PDF, then you have it on your laptop, so save it. Don't lose all the good stuff we just typed in. And when you find a printer tonight, tomorrow, print it out, print your proposal, and if you're mostly working on a team, you're going to have the same proposal for each team member. Make sure all your names are at the top of your proposal, and you essentially would have this one page in your proposal handed in to me. And I think I've already said in email maybe don't staple it. That just makes a huge mess that I need to deal with. So don't staple it, please. And in order, how we're going to submit this, I'll email this out as well, but basically you want to get it to me, and you can do that in my mailbox in Lally 207, or you can hit me up during office hours on Thursday, I think 12:30 to 1:45, and hand deliver it then. The deadline to get it to me is in my mailbox by Thursday, I think I said Thursday, 5 p.m. So definitely this needs to happen today. Print it out, get it delivered to Lally. Even if you need to give it to someone else in the room and have them part it over. Once all these forms are collected, I'll go through them and I'll get all the, as we mentioned, the independent study stuff, the 4UR forms. I'm going to fill all those out based on this information and submit it all to the registrar on Friday, which is the deadline for the independent study side of things. I'll email this all out again in terms of those deadlines, but just ASAP, print it, get it to me. Questions at all? Any other questions? Or anything I'm forgetting? Yeah. It's in Lally 207. So anytime tomorrow, drop it in my mailbox, Lally 207. And I'll be there Thursday, lunchtime, 12 or whatever, 12:30, 1:45 for office hours. Good. Any other questions?